So, I think I found my new favourite game, and unfortunately, it's only a demo at the moment. We need to wait until Q1 2024 to get our hands on the full release, or at least the early access version of the game. So, this is Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. And those of you familiar with the channel will know that I love my Survivor games. I've played Nordic Ashes, I've played Soulstone Survivors, Vampire Survivors. There's been tons and tons that I've played. And I'm going to say, because I love Deep Rock Galactic so much, that I'm a little bit biased towards it. And I think this is an incredible game. And that's purely based on the demo. So when it does launch in Q1 2024, the early access will have 4 playable characters, over 30 weapons, 10 enemy types or more than 10 enemy types, 1 to 3 bosses, 3 to 5 biomes, multiple mission types, and a deep progression system of perks, artifacts, and upgrades. And it says the finished version will contain more of every type of content as well as other features, but that is all to be determined as they receive and review feedback from the community during the early access. So I played the demo, and I'm going to say if you guys are interested, load up Steam, download the demo. It's available until the 30th of October. They are closing it down. And this is, I'm going to say, more of Deep Rock Galactic, but it's the Survivor version. You're dropped in with a drop pod, you've got Bosco by your side. You get loot bugs in the game which you can go and hit with your axe, and then there's just a bunch of different materials and stuff that you can collect. And there's basically this bar at the top of the screen that goes along as you kill more enemies and progress through the run. And there's little icons on the bar that will either trigger a supply pod, so you'll get like an artifact that will, for an example, give you a chance to get gold every time you break an object. Or you can get like enemy icons and they will spawn in swarms of enemies. And these swarms can get very, very hectic incredibly fast. But your goal is to obviously survive as long as you can. When you have got all the way through that bar, you've taken down the elite, which is essentially the boss at the end of the run. You'll have 30 seconds to make it to the drop pod, which is always quite close by, which is really, really good because it's not going to, like, there's a guarantee that you can make it to the drop pod in 30 seconds, even if you need to take a little bit of a detour due to the enemies. But you get yourself to that drop pod, you go to the next stage, and it just progressively gets harder and harder. But once you are killing the bugs that are coming after you, you're going to earn XP. With the XP, you can level up and you can get things like reload speed buffs, you can get damage buffs. So it's your typical sort of progression through the run as you do in other Survivor games. And it's just about surviving as long as you possibly can. But with that, also like your typical Survivor games, once you have completed the run, you'll get I'm going to say they're incredibly rare resources. And what you can do is use those to give yourself a permanent buff of like extra damage, crit chance, reload speed, so that when you go into future runs, you have those buffs enabled at the very start. You don't need to level up to unlock them. So you have your permanent upgrades, you've got your leveling up system, you've got your bar at the top, which is like a progression through the run. You've got multiple different stages, resources to collect, and it's all done in a Deep Rock Galactic setting. But on top of all of that, you've also got challenges. Like, you do certain things and you'll unlock different rewards. So what I did was manage to complete one of the challenges, and I've unlocked the minimap. So when I go into future runs, I will have a minimap that's going to show me different things. And on top of that, when you're leveling up and say, for example, your first weapon, you level up its reload speed, it's going to actually increase your weapon's level so that you can deal higher DPS, so that you can figure out which the better weapons are and what you want to do in terms of your build and min-maxing and everything like that, so that you can improve your runs and get better at the game. And what I really like is when you play, for an example, Vampire Survivors, you have the opportunity right at the start to take 6 different weapons in. So when I say that, I mean like you start with your beginning weapon, you level up, you can get weapon 2, you level up weapon 3, so on and so forth, until you have all of your different weapons. The way it works in this game is you go in with your primary weapon and you reach different level milestones like level 15, level 25, then you can unlock new weapons to use. So what you could do if you wanted to is take random guns for slots 2, 3 and 4 and just level up your first weapon. It's all about how you want to play the game, and I absolutely love that. And again, I'm going to say it because I love the game so much. It's in a Deep Rock Galactic setting, and that automatically gives it extra points. But this was a preview for Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. As I said, it's going to release into early access in Q1 2024. If you want to play the demo, it's available right now until the 30th of October. I would definitely find at least half an hour to an hour to try it out, see what you think. It's 100% worth it in my opinion. And that was our first look at Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. And on that note, we are going to leave the video there. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like is appreciated. If you wish to support me further as a creator, there are links in the description. Let me know your thoughts about the video in the comments. And if you want to watch more, you can click the video on screen. All support on the channel is greatly appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.